Alright, I hope everyone's having a great day. Today I just want to do something a little different and just review something that I like and I love and something that I just use all the time. And that is my Leatherman Sidekick. I actually did receive this as a gift from my dad. Leatherman are quite expensive for multi-tools, but I believe they are the best on the market. And I've had this for probably quite a few years. I'm not even sure, like possibly, I don't know, 4, 5, or 6. I really don't know, and it's really holding up quite nicely. But first, let's go over the case it comes with. It comes with a nice case with a belt loop, which I love to carry in the wild. Very good Velcro. Nothing's ripping. Very solid, like fabric. It's not gonna like start fraying on you or anything. Yeah, and it's just very nice. And I'll just start going over the features. You can tell it's a little bit different designed, as in this side is a little bit shorter, and I believe that's because it's kind of made for right-handed people. Sorry, left-handed people, but they're a little bit biased because when you put it in your hand, it kind of just fits nicely like that and kind of just contours around the hand very nicely. But if I did the same to my left hand, it's kind of like a big old bulge, and it's definitely not as comfortable. And if I flipped it around, I have no access to any of the tools, and you're not going to be able to flip the clip out or not. And one of my favorite features of this, usually the old Leathermans, I haven't even really seen any of the new ones, is actually the blades are on the outside, so you don't have to open it up to pull out the blade. They're actually right on the outside, and they're quite easy. You can just flip them out with your thumb very quickly, and there is a safety lock button, so it is locked in place very nicely, pushing very hard. And yep, just to unlock it, you press down, and then you can see it go underneath, and then it's able to slide back in. And same with the saw, and I assume that this is also for right-handed, because if you hold it left-handed like this and you go to pull out a knife, you'll end up with a saw blade. But believe me, these saw blades are pretty wicked, and they actually do quite a good job at cutting down like small little few-inch trees. Very nice, very great tool. And these tools are always just great. They have great stand-up. There's not really that much grime. I mean, you can see some grime, but honestly, I've used it a lot. They're very solid construction. Really not a lot of wiggle room, and it's just very solid. Very solid metal, very heavy, and very great. And yeah, I'm going to open it up and go over the features. Like all Leatherman, it has a very nice pliers. You can tell very well manufactured, like such precision. The tips are just at the same point, like it's so flat. So good. They did such a good job, and there's not a drop of rust really on this, so whatever they did to protect it is quite good. And it does have a spring in it, but the spring is not like visible. I believe it's actually sandwiched in between these two pieces somewhere, which is very nice. And yeah, I like that. So it comes with a very nice set of pliers that you can really grip down on, and a needle nose, very great. And it also comes with some like wire cutters, or if you want, just cut little branches or something like that. Very cool. And some of the other tools it comes with are right here. You can pull them out by pulling these little like finger pullers, or if you really want, you can kind of just like push them through on the other side. But either way, it does the job. So let's go over the first few. On this side, gotta be careful. I think one of these is a blade. On this side, you get 4 little multi-tools. I'll go over them one by one. One of them is like just like a sander. Very nice finish, very nice metal. I'm not sure what metal they use, but it keeps up its edge, and it's very sharp, like very nice. And on the other side, it is a small little ruler. It says inches and centimeters, so just in case you need to do something. And right there, I believe you could also, I don't know, do something with that, but it is just a finger gripper. The next tool, I guess, is I'll try to scoop the blade out of there. Oh, wrong one. Hard to do this while looking at camera on the camera screen. And it is just a little serrated blade, quite sharp. This one I barely used. And yeah, it's very sharp. You can see I just cut myself just a tiny bit. It is very sharp, very serrated. I've never actually sharpened this myself, and this is the one blade that I've used the least. Just for example, I don't know, I have no idea if this will work. I'll extend it. These ones don't lock into place, they just kind of lock, but there is no like safety release for them. So this is just like a sticky note. I'm just curious to see if it will handle it, and I'll go ahead and shut it up so it's properly out. Just a little serrated blade that you could use, and I'll just like it does cut it, but it's more of a tearing motion, but it will cut it. And then I'll also just try it on some cardboard. Yeah, and it cuts the cardboard quite nice. Just a very nice little serrated blade. Always got to be careful because they are sharp, and yep, skin some of the fingernails. So yeah, gotta push the blade back in. Be very careful, watch your fingers. Never push it in like this, otherwise you will boom 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 chop off your fingers, and that is no fun. The next tools, let me grab them out of their enclosures, is like a can opener, which is a can opener, and I believe you could probably use it as a bottle opener as well. This one I'm not quite sure what it is, but it is a very sharp point, so like you can kind of see actually some of my skin is peeling, but I'm sure if you actually like took a rope and put it through there and pulled it, it would probably split the rope in half or something. So maybe it's some sort of rope cutter. Very interesting. And yeah, you can see I'm kind of just cutting my nails with it. Yeah, but this is very nice, and a very good can opener, with the one that you like screw around the whole can and rip it open. And then the last tool, I'm not sure if it's a tool or just like a keychain holder. I'm not sure what this could be used for, but I'm sure in the wild you can find many uses for it. And yeah, it's just very cool, and it gives you the option to I guess throw it on a keychain. It is quite big and a little bit heavy, made of very nice metal, and you can tell there's like barely any wiggle room, like barely any wiggle room at all. It is such a solid construction build, and I love it. And then onto the other side, let's check out the other tools. This side only has 2 tools, and it's just it is just a flathead. It is quite a thick flathead. Which is all right, but sometimes you need a bigger flathead. And then this one is a Phillips, a small, interesting Phillips. I've never really seen a Phillips in like in a flat form like this, but this does it quite well. And also on this side, like for, where is it? Not the blade. For the ruler, you could also use that as a Phillips as well. So in all, this is just honestly a great ergonomically designed thing. I believe that it is more right-handed friendly than left-handed, as in when you hold it, the blade is coming on the right side. Very nice, and you can pull it out with a very nice motion and put it back. And the blade is quite sharp. I've never sharpened it. It is getting kind of dull. I'm not really... Nothing much is going on there, but it does cut through the cardboard well. I think it'll just kind of tear the paper. Yeah, it's just more tearing the paper and mashing it than anything. But I could sharpen it, but it's still very nice. And the tip hasn't broken, but I haven't used it as a screwdriver, because that's what I used to do when I was younger with all my other pocket knives. Try to use them as screwdrivers and always break the tips off. Never a good idea. And then for the saw blade, these are always just wicked. They have crazy teeth. You definitely don't want to get brushed by this. I have before, and it does draw blood, believe me. And these things are they just rip, and they do quite a good job. And you can see like the teeth are nothing to mess with. So this is a great multi-tool, and it's just really great. And I just do want to do a quick comparison to a different multi-tool that I've had for a lesser time, and a very cheap one, and just to show you, because like I really like how the blades are on the outside. This is like the old Leatherman, that one my dad has. I'm not sure if the new ones are like this, but this is just like a faux Leatherman. I picked this up probably for like $20, and look at the wiggle. It's got a bunch of wiggle. You can't access any tools on the outside. It's got these little grips. Stainless steel, and you can look in it and just see all types of rust. This one also does come with pliers. It's a little bit off center, but if you look in the center, Rust City, and this one the spring is actually showing, so I assume it could get knocked out of the way and then the spring would no longer function. And it has a kind of icky mechanical sound. But anyways, let's check out each side of the tools just to show you. This one also has one of those saw blades. These ones you can't really go wrong with. Even with this, these are very sharp, and you can actually still see wood fibers in it from when I used it last. That's pretty funny. So yeah, I have cut down some trees with it. This one does have more tools, but it's a little bit harder to get them out, as you kind of have to like lift them all and not cut yourself on the blades. Come on, lift out, lift out. And I'll kind of just go over them. So this one is just like a serrated blade, and you can tell that there's quite a bit of rust on it. This is just a can opener, and yeah, just a generic can opener. This one is another more thick Phillips screwdriver, and this one is like a small little, maybe a leather puncture device, or just like something small that you need, like a screwdriver or something. Very cool. And let's take a little demonstration with the blade. This blade is actually pretty dull right now. You can see some wood or something that I guess I was cutting with last, and it's just, I guess, new piece of post-it note, and yeah, it's just more rotating motion. None of these knives are like extremely sharp, but I mean the serrated blade does cut quite well, but there is rust all over it, and then there is no real locking mechanism. Well, I mean it does lock into place. As you can see, there's a groove there, and this piece locks in. So the way to unlock it is you actually have to lift up another item, and as you watch as I lift it up, this piece actually bends backward, releasing it from the little groove. Then you can bend it forward. So it's kind of a strange locking mechanism, and yeah. Then let's go on to the other side of tools and check out what they got. And then this is like, I'll just kind of pull them all out. You just hear like sand and rust and ugh. This is the knife. Quite dirty. I have no idea what I did with it. Just like extremely rusty, gross, just, and like, ugh, I don't know. And like, look at this sander. There's like wood and rust and everything. This is like a screwdriver, also a bottle opener. This is probably the leather punch or a little small device, and this is like a little flathead. And the metal quality on this is quite cheaper. It's not as heavy, and it just feels a little rugged. And yeah, but and this one, it doesn't really even lock into place, which is not good, because you don't want a knife. You don't want to be messing with a knife or anything that doesn't lock into place, because if you're like whittling or something, then it just like bends backward. You could slip and just really cut yourself. And this is honestly very dull. Like this is, yeah, pretty much I just had to rip it off, and like not very good quality. So just compare that to the Leatherman Sidkick, and it is waves above. Just lovely. It had this so long, really no signs of rust, just some wear. The edge itself is keeping pretty sharp, very sharp point. The point is scary sharp. Yep, just poked myself a little. And yeah, lovely design. Comes with a nice little clip, a nice little pouch, and it also came with a great little carabiner that I carry on my car keys. That's also a bottle opener. It says don't use for climbing. Those are for the idiots who want to climb with it. And can't forget the Lucky 8 ball. This, I'm not sure what it was. At first I thought it was for taking apart the Leatherman in case of something, but you need a Torx screwdriver. But then I noticed that it was probably the same dimension as like screwdriver head parts. And it is. So I guess if you need be, you could use this as kind of a screwdriver or something like that. Very cool. So in all, this is definitely my go-to pocket knife. I use it for a lot of things. It's really great, and yeah, I love it. Yeah, just a little bit of a different review, showing off some of my other interests, and giving respect to the knife that I use so much. And yeah, hope you guys like this, and have a great day.